Good evening. Welcome to Vibin with Ashley Live. I'm your host, Ashley Live. This is episode 191 of my show. I am so excited to bring back my guest this evening. It's the incredibly talented singer, songwriter, and pianist, Darious Lyles, aka D.Lylez. So D.Lylez has been on my show two other times. Episode 11, which was back in 2020, and then episode 120. So this is episode 191, so we have a lot to catch up on. So he loves classic R&B. He began singing at the age of 9 years old, and he was featured on season 18 of NBC's hit show The Voice, Team John Legend. So in January, D collaborated with Lightwater and Wilco on their new single, Chosen. So I'm so very excited to bring D.Lylez back into the house. As you know, third time's a charm, and so excited to hear what's been going on with D. He is in the house and he is ready to rock. Let's do it, baby. Who else is in here?
What's up? What's up?
D. It's always so much fun having you on the show. Third time is a charm. You've been with me since
literally the beginning, like one of the first. Like you had to remind me of that. I'm like, oh shoot, I really was. And to really see like everybody you have done interviewed on so far, it's like 100, it's like 159, right?
You are
190. Wow, you've been working.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I'm trying to keep up with you because you have your social game on point. And even though you and I don't do the same kind of creative thing, like I see you working hard, and it's so inspiring, I think, for other people who are creators. When you see your peers doing good things and always like putting out covers, doing shows, promoting themselves, just like even at the gym, like you're at the gym doing push-ups and you're just like, hey,
right. Yeah, you know, it's like I feel great about myself, you know, like I just, it's another way for me to just get away from whatever I do. And then like you start seeing results and it's like, you know what, I can kind of stick with this. You know what I mean? Like I'm actually doing it for the right reason now, you know, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah. Tell me about why you started going to the gym and how you feel when you go to the gym.
There was a specific performance I had. We'll get into that. And, you know, I always felt like I wanted to dance, right? Like I've always had this urge to dance in performances, but I never really confidently did it. So I was in rehearsal one day. I did an audition, and I killed it, right? It was bomb. But then it was like, yo, for me to like move a little bit swifter, I need to like lose more weight. You know, I need to be lighter. So I went to the gym and getting back into the groove, and I tell you, it was hard, but at the same time, I knew I was trying to reach a goal, and I was trying to like really not only for the goal of performance, but actually for long term. You know what I mean? I just wanted to look good, and so a month went by, 2 months, and then started in August of last year, and I'm still doing it. So I feel really great about myself, you know. And long story short, in the performances, I feel better now. Dancing, doing my.
Yes, I love that. I think the gym is one of those things, like going to the gym for me, it's more mental because sometimes I just like am so aggravated with things and I'm like trying to get it out. And I'm like, I can get it all out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I think it's one of those things where it's like physically, mentally, spiritually, it's just a good thing.
That part, you said it was mentally and then it was like spiritually. So once I connected the two with that, everything else kind of just fell in place.
Yeah.
Now,
do you listen to music when you work out?
You know what? In the gym, they have like music already on the speakers. They have a playlist going. Like I have a timer. I do circuits, so I have a timer. And anytime the timer goes off and I have my headphones in, it stops the music. So I kind of don't like that. So I just listen to whatever they have, you know, going on the playlist. You know what I mean? Most of the time, I'm really probably just, you know, just thinking about Man, the workout, because it's freaking like hard. I'm sweating. My mind is just elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's cool because like some people listen to music when they work out, some people do podcasts, some people do no music. But yeah, I know with the circuit training when you're like counting down things and then you're just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna do this for 2 minutes. You're like in it. And right, if you're in the middle of a good song and then it stops, you're just like
yeah. It could definitely mess up the flow. And that happened a few times, and I'll be like, you know what? No headphones. I'm just whatever. I'm with my cousin or I'm with my homeboys, and we talking, and that just keeps everything going. Because I like to laugh in the gym. If I can't have fun doing anything, like it's just boring to me. Like if I can't laugh about it, whatever it is, or talk out stuff, it's like it's boring. So I use them to deflect what I can't do while listening to music. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love how you said it needs to be fun. You got to make it fun to laugh, and it's like I think that's with anything in life, and you need to bring fun and humor because life sometimes is so serious and knocks us on our butts, and sometimes we just need to be like, hey, like we just got to smile and laugh, like we're still in this thing. You know what I mean? Awesome. So let's talk about this new single, Chosen, with Lightwater and Wilco. Congrats on everything. By the way, this is such an incredible video and an incredible song. Talk to me about how you guys decided to work together.
Thank you. So Chosen, definitely, it's more so on the side of just inspirational. Of course, the believer side, being a Christian, and then actually, me and Sam really mesh really well with that. As long as a few, actually everybody, but me and Sam got closer once we started collaborating after the show. And with this specific song, Sam came to me and he's like, man, D, I have this song written. It's like, it's rock, but it's like, it's a feel good, inspirational song. And I said, well, just send it to me. He sent the song to me and I'm like, yo, I'm recording this. It sounds great already. And I sent what I did back to him and, he got excited. And then from there, it's really been like, I want to say a course of a 1.5 year process, just going back and forth with getting the right sound for this specific single, because this message was something we really wanted to bring forth. So we didn't want to rush it. And I understand Sam's his point of just, okay, we have it, but now we got to perfect it. And once we perfect it, then we can show it, to the world. So I respect his decision on that. And man, the song is just, it's just really about, actually knowing that you are chosen and realizing your purpose and thinking about where you came from and where you are now. Not longer than like 2 years ago, I've came a long way from where I was. And then that's just mentally and spiritually, like we were saying. And so it's just realizing that I'm in like rough times and I'm trying to get through it. But then also I realize I am the person to help somebody get through something. I am my own testimony. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking through this. Like, I'm not just saying it, but I'm living through it. So that's just the whole, the point of it. And, we shot the video. And the video looks so good. It's like a movie short. You know what I mean? Like, I never shot a video like that before. Man, shout out to Sam and Lightwater for thinking of this video, because I never knew that I would be kidnapped in the video. I never thunk it. I never thunk it.
Yeah. Well, when I saw the video, you're right. For those who haven't seen this Chosen music video, please stay in this interview and watch it. But after this interview, please go and check out Chosen by Wilco, because the whole thing is just like a short movie. And then you guys are running, and Sam was like, yo, we were running all over the place. We were all like winded. And I'm like, yeah, with guns and stuff. And they're like it was just,
they literally, so intense. Everything was real. Every single thing was real. I mean, not the kidnapping, but like us trying to get the scenes to look as real as possible. We had to run like crazy. We had to get multiple shots. So you're talking about up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs. We lost weight, damn near the entire weekend. We were probably, I was like 200 pounds right, and now I leave the set and I'm like 170, because we done ran all day, so but no, it was a good experience though. It was good.
Yeah, it's visually so very cool. I'm like, and then at the very end, to be continued. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, what is next?
Yeah,
like,
so it's going to be,
you know,
in the words of Sim, it's like a saga. So there's something else that comes after it. You know, like I said, we're trying to put the message is something that means more than just the music itself. And so what he's trying to do is put the story together, not only with him but with everybody else around him. Just so it makes sense what he wants the world to see. So, man, I can't wait for you guys to see what's next. It's mind blowing. It's mind blowing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited because this video was so cool. And I think people put out a video, right? It's just like we hear the song, but then we have the video and the visuals to go along with it. So then we're like, okay, this is what they want us to think.
Right.
And it
exactly
turned out to be, right?
Exactly, yeah. But the twist, it was like when he explained the video to me, I thought it was really dope. But actually doing it, it was like there was a twist to it because like it's more so your words actually is starting an uproar with people, and so now they're looking for you, and then I'm the one that's in an association, and so they're looking for me, and it's like I'm not the one that said it, but yes, I do rock with them. But if you ask me a question, like these are my brothers, I'm gonna tell you my association. I'm gonna keep it real with you, no matter if you're looking for them or not. If you don't believe me or not, but that's just what it is.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. So I just want to say some of the lyrics that are part of your verse. And then if you could tell me how you interpret these lyrics. Cool? All right. The purpose for the highs and lows. Here now, and I'm pressing forward. Locked into his plans for me. Focused and so determined to fill my destiny.
That part, I think, is what everybody's been saying. That was the part that pierced the most towards the end of the verse. And going back to what I was saying, just like, even with me working out, there's times in our lives where we go through things, right? And it's like, it could be the highs and the lows, right? And understanding our purpose for going through those challenges, like it doesn't always click, right away. So, and then it's like I said, I always knew I was chosen, so I got to become focused. Like people always told me to stay focused, and I remember certain people saying, Joe, just stay focused, right? And being focused is locked on, God's plans, for me, because we have plans, but like sometimes they can be derailed because like his plans are better than ours. So it's like, and you realize you're chosen and you've gone through the stage of just actually preparing for this moment. Now you're ready. Being ready is the thing that I feel like people miss the most. It's like in between the downfall and then while trying to prep yourself, which matters, is the meat of it. And then when you're here, you need to be ready. I think most people miss the ready part, like I'll be honest, you probably may never feel like you're ready, but you will be ready enough to walk in the purpose or speak your way through and learn while becoming ready, So I don't fear actually stepping out among everybody else. I never fear that at all. So.
Yes. Beautifully said. And I think with those highs and lows, right? There's so much craziness that comes into our lives, things that are planned, things that are unplanned. And it's like, who is the person that you are when things get crazy, right? Like there's all these things that can pop into our life and it's like, okay, this is really testing me. I don't like that I'm going through this, but I know that I'm going to find a way out.
Yes.
And
yes.
this is stronger. So what does the song Chosen mean to you?
Chosen means that, well, I'll say this. For me first, I've always been looked at as a child, like, well, at least I always felt this way, as the golden child. And growing up, I didn't always think that because what people said was going to happen to me, it took a while for it to happen. But like I was saying, the preparation for it, for me to be ready, and to be chosen to do certain things, you know,
Yeah.
it means that I have a say so. I have a voice that people would listen to. I have a message that people would listen to. And that comes with a lot of responsibility, right? It comes with influence and recognizing that you do have an influence on probably just the core people in your life. It's probably not even the world. It's just people around you. And so
Yeah.
it was right on time for that song to come across my lap and for Sam to give it to me. And it's like, yo, I relate to this so much, you know. He had no idea at that moment what the song was doing for me. And so anything he asked me to do with this song or just this period, I was just ready to do, just because he was in alignment with what my purpose is.
Yeah. And that's powerful, right? Like when something comes into your
Right.
life at the perfect time, and it's like maybe months later or 6 months earlier, maybe it wouldn't have been the right time, but it kind of like the stars aligned for you, and it was like,
Exactly.
oh my gosh, like this is what I'm called to do, and like this
Exactly.
is
Exactly.
so many
Yes. And
different.
that's exactly what it was. Just knowing, like, you know, my purpose. You know, especially with Sam
Mhm.
and the song, just the
Beautifully
people
said.
he works with.
Yeah, yeah, I know. And he works with so many incredible people. And then to see you guys all in the music video, like when I was telling you earlier, I love that shot with like the band behind you,
Yeah.
but then all three of you guys in the front, because I think you
Yes.
all have certain parts of the video where it's like, okay, and this is Justin and this is Sam, where you all have your own solo part. But then to see you guys all together,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
this is awesome.
Yes.
It's the whole unit.
So I got the dog. Where she's at? She'll come back over here. She'll come back.
Oh, we saw the. I saw the current move. I didn't know what it was. I just thought someone else was gonna pop up. And
Yeah, she wants to be seen so bad. You know, it's all right.
you can. You know what? People have held dogs and babies during this review, so if you're so inclined, feel free. Like that's.
Okay.
I have no problem with that. So, can you share something that happened during the music video, like behind the scenes, that was important to
You know, there's this word that sticks out, or has been sticking out to me for the past month, or just for the new year. It's been intentional, right? And there was a lot of things that was happening with the video intentionally. It wasn't just we were just shooting it. We took time to really intentionally make those things the way it was. And me shooting the scene where I was getting kidnapped, right? Of course, it looks a certain way, and everybody has their certain opinions about it. But even behind the scenes, certain people that were like watching it, they saw it as one thing because they saw the cameras, right? But then it was like, I love the way the videographers put this scene together to make it look like this is a kidnapping, or it's not too controversial. And that was very intentional. So everything that they were doing to piece me in the video was very intentional. And I love that part about it. And every single person that Sam had was either a first time actor. Like it was, I was asking, I was like, have you done this before? And it was like, oh, Sam just asked me to just be a part. And I was like, you know what, you're doing a pretty good job, you know, and I understand why he asked you, because, you know, you're good. So maybe you should keep going, you know. That's what I mean by intentional. Everything was intentional.
Yeah.
The scenes, Sam picking certain people, the band, it was like super intentional for me. That's the thing I love the most about it. A lot of hilarious things that was happening. What's one thing that was happening? I think we were running up. I think we were running down the stairs, and I wanted so bad to kick the door open. You know, I had like my Kevin Hart moment, and they just wouldn't let me do it because the place was already open. I didn't want to break the, you know, but who cared? But I just want to be Kevin Hart for a second. They just didn't let me do it.
Yeah, but that would, I mean, that would have been cool, but yeah, I mean, it kind of
it was a
scary place.
It was an old paint factory.
Interesting. Is it as big as it looks? Because
that building was huge. In fact, they still had the columns with the paint numbers and the paint colors. they still had all that stuff.
Oh,
Honestly,
wow.
it was the creepiest thing I ever saw in my life. It literally looked more like, you know, scary stories, like a documentary more than it was music video behind the scenes. But it brought it together. You know what I mean? I was just like, yo, are we here for something else, or what's happening? This is a little creepy, but it turned out to be good. You know, they
Yeah.
used specific rooms. They had this one. It was a paint stirrer. It looked like the actual chemical bio that they used, that the Joker fell in on Batman. It was in '99. The one with Jack Nicholson. It
Oh,
looked like the exact same barrel, and it was like, nah, I don't see it. I
wow.
was like, nah, you guys don't know Batman like I know Batman. This is the exact same barrel. So it felt like a childhood memory for me. You know what I mean? So that was fun.
Yes. Very cool. So, born
Hmm.
and raised and currently living in Chicago, last summer you had a pretty incredible opportunity
Yeah.
to be a part of Lollapalooza. So, talk to us about this
So
opportunity, how it
definitely
comes
want to
about.
give shouts out to Juan Teague. I want to give shouts out to Frederick Taylor of Toxic Productions. Also Mark Hubbard of Next Showcase. And you know, me and my manager, you know, I was telling her, like, you know, that summer I really wanted to do a few festivals, you know, because I had the time to do it. And you know, we reached out to a few
Yeah.
people, and then finally, you know, upon me just, you know, being signed as a producer and a songwriter to Frederick Taylor of Toxic Productions, he was able, like, he knew the people, the
Hmm.
go-to people. And so, you know, he was telling them for the longest
Yeah.
about me. And of course, right? But then also that narrative kind of changed for me, because yes, who you know, but that you also have to show up in the moment that they ask you to do certain things, right? And so I found myself, everybody that was in the audition, yes, they knew of me, and they knew what I could do. I finally got that audition. I was in Atlanta, and I was currently working on Selena Johnson's album, and I'm still working on it. And I got the call the night before
Hmm.
coming back to Chicago that I had 3 days to get this audition together with dancers, backup singers, the whole show, right? Had to get 5 songs together.
Wow.
Got back home, and I already knew, like, okay, I'm gonna be cool. The dancing, okay, that's the only thing I'm worried about. I just want to get that together. I got there. What ends up happening is that the actual rehearsal space, the studio, they didn't have everything that I needed, and so I'm like low key kind of freaking out. But then at some point, as we rehearsed the
Yeah.
show, I kind of said, you know what? If this is supposed to happen, it's gonna happen. God willing, it's gonna happen. People get there. The main lady,
Yeah.
she's late, you know, showing up, so we're waiting on her. So I performed the set once, and they were like, okay, good, good, right? They were waiting on this program director that's at a very big station here called WGCI. He's a program director, and he was late getting there, so he finally showed up. And Juan, she was like, "Do you mind doing it one more time?" And I was like, "Sure." Ran
Hmm.
the whole show
Yeah.
again. Finally, you know, the guy was like, "Okay, good, good." Everybody was like, "Good, good." By the time I got out of there, that's when they told me, it was like, "Yeah, you got the spot." And I can't tell you, like, how much happiness I did have, not only for me, but for the team, because I felt like this is just not a opportunity for me, but I'm also able to give others opportunities so everybody else can see them. And so the road up into
Yeah.
preparing for that, started working out. That was part of my regimen. And then I was dancing. So I was constantly moving. And so I just wanted to break through the barrier of just me being one type of artist. And I included dancing, and I matched it with the songs that I was actually doing, you know. And man, that whole process being on stage. Well, first let me tell you what the stage was like. So it was called the Chicago Showcase, and they were highlighting up and coming Chicago artists. So that was a showcase that I was a part of. And it started earlier in the day. It was like it was a good spot to be on. And to be able to really represent for Chicago on a stage such as that meant a lot to me, because it's like, you know, I've done a lot outside of Chicago, but then it means nothing because, like, if your own city don't support you, you know? And so I felt the love, like, literally, when I posted about it. When I tell you, it felt like Chicago was really just, they was really rooting for me to do this show. Everybody that knew me from Chicago, that's watched me for the longest, new people that have come into my life or started following me, you know, they were super excited. People were coming from out of town, from everywhere. It's like, oh my God, you're performing a lot of Palooza. We're coming to see you. And it's just like, it was like kind of pressure, because so many people are coming to see me now, like from out of town, like that don't know me. And I'm like, okay, well, damn it, I gotta be on point, you know. So the journey up into that, from the rehearsal to the actual show day, I cannot tell you how much joy I had, not only because it was Lollapalooza, but also that was my birthday week. Well, my birthday month, I'm sorry. So I was on 10 the whole month. The entire month. The entire month. Shots.
Yes. I think it's, yeah. No, I think it's so cool when people celebrate their birthday the whole month. And it's like, what better way to just showcase who you are, give yourself that opportunity, but then have, you're right, the whole city show up, and then people from all over, they're like, oh my God, D, you're going to do
and
well.
then check this out.
Coming to Chicago,
you know,
to see you.
I'm walking around people and I'm telling them, like, yo, you know, you're going to Lollapalooza this year? And I'm like, you should come because I'm performing. And it was like, it just put an extra, you know, season on it, because it was like, you be performing at Lollapalooza, I wasn't coming, but I'm definitely coming this year, since, you know, that's like, I brought like hella people to Lollapalooza, and I feel good about that. And I'm trying again this year to get on stage, even the bigger stage. You know, that's just what I'm trying to do. Everything that I have done, I'm trying to do it on a bigger scale now.
Beautiful, I love that. Nelson K the third is here. He goes, let's
Nelson,
go
what up?
celebrate
What?
the birthday month. What's up, Nelson? Oh, love it. Love it. So, speaking of Chicago, can you talk to us about the importance of R&B,
you know,
in
I'm
your
glad
city?
you asked that question. You know, that's been mainly the topic these past few weeks, just about R&B, you know, showing up. You know, Chicago has had light of hip hop for the past 10 years. And, you know, of course, you've heard a lot in the media just about, you know, the certain artists that we have had that has grown to stardom, you know, your Chief Keefs, your Little Durks, Chance the Rapper, Vic Mensa, right? You got two different sides of the scale which hip hop has emerged. The great thing that I love about music and R&B music now is that here, the kids are hybrids. These teenagers, they're hybrids. So the thought of actually genre bending, I thought about this, you know, 10 years ago. I've been doing it, but now it's being bred into what we call, you know, just straight R&B instead of R&B. You know what I mean? So we turn it to R&B because it could be something else. But the importance of it is that, you know, we need to bring back the narrative of love, you know, in the songs. And R&B music is founded on love, and really it's and tastefully, you know, like you think about a lot of the big R&B soul acts, they tastefully gave you love, they tastefully gave you sex, they tastefully gave you just problems, breakup. It was very authentic. And so, you know, people, they say that they can't find R&B artists here, and you know, it's kind of been a slap in the face to a lot of R&B artists here. You know, there are R&B artists that are actually booming. You know, they're reaching the tastemakers, they're reaching these playlists, they're actually doing things on a scale, you know, that people should be knowing about. And I'm really glad you asked that question. You know, R&B is alive in Chicago. You know, R&B has supported hip hop in Chicago for the longest, and all we're asking is that you show the same support back to us. You know, so man.
So of the R&B people in Chicago that you know that you personally love, who are those people that you can tell us about?
I mean,
So
well,
we
you
can
know,
support them?
on the female side, for me, you have Shaylin B, you have Jazz, and then there's this girl named Mommy. She's here this weekend, and she's actually up and coming. You know, Raven Lenae was from here. I really rock with her. There's tons and tons of R&B artists. Tiff Cosby, tons on the male side. I mean, of course, you know, you have myself, and then you have this guy named Adam Ness, and then you have a few others that are actually, and I'm talking like real R&B. You know, you have Isaac. Who else? Who else, man? There's so many to name. This is the thing. There's so many to name.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say that you cannot find good R&B because there's so many. You know,
Yeah.
and that's my point. And when you come
Yeah.
hooked and you become a fan, and it means more to me because I'm actually able to watch these people as they grow. You know, so it's just so many to name,
Yeah.
and I feel like, you know, we just need the respect, you know, due to R&B, because that's how we got here. That's how we were made. You know, like our parents didn't listen to rap. You know what I'm saying? So like we got to kind of put respect on what R&B is and what it does to our souls. You know, mentally and spiritually. Come on, you want to say hi to the people? Come on. She's been doing this for. Say hi, Gigi. Say hi. Her name is Gigi.
What's her name? Uh, Gigi, hi.
Yeah, she's gonna get
So
camera
now
shy
she's
in a
camera
second.
shy, right?
Say-
Love it. Hey, baby. Hi. Hello, hello. So for people right now that maybe aren't from Chicago, that want to support the R&B in Chicago, what do you recommend we do? Are there like
You
certain
know,
venues to look up or
definitely,
organizations,
you
or
know,
what do you
there's
recommend?
plenty of places here that provide open mics, right? And I love that. There's the Industry Shy, there's the Next Showcase, right? And you have a few other people. You have the House of Blues, the Foundation Room, and then you have So Far Sound. So I've been working with them for the past 5 to 6 years, and they've given me
Mhm.
like insurmountable opportunities. You know, I really rock with that community because they
Yeah.
really care for the artists, and they care about the audience. You know, so I've grown a fan base just from performing there for the past 6 years. And I suggest you just, if you want to come to Chicago and look for it, it'll be everywhere, but then also downtown and a little bit more south. So just ask around, people will tell you.
Yeah.
You know, and if you guys want to find me, if you come to Chicago, you know, continue to follow me, you know, on my Instagram page, you know, my Twitter, you know, at D.Lylez, D.Lylez. You know, you can find me on YouTube, Darious Lyles,
Yeah.
Darious, last name Lyles, Lyles. You know, you can find me literally everywhere.
Yeah.
And I post people on my stories when I come across good music all the time. So like if you really want to hear refreshing music, I'm that person. I'm that person to find it and for you to see.
Love it. Love it. So you just plugged all your social channels, but for people that
Mhm.
love you and ride for you, how can
Yeah,
they
you know,
support
and
D.Lylez?
that's the thing too. You know, it's easy to, you know, to just share my music, right? But then also make it really personal, you know, because I'm a personal person with
Mhm.
people. So if you share me, make sure you share it to people that actually love music. You know, you can go to my Apple Music, you know, my Spotify, you know, D.Lylez, D dot space Lylez, and just simply go to my page if you want to share some videos you see me doing cover songs. Just do some sharing and then tell some people about me. You know, and if I'm in your city, definitely you should come out to the show. You know, I love, that's where I kind of I get people in. I bring people in when you see me live, you know, because I'm able to do something to you then.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yes.
So 2023, new year. What have
Oh my
you been working
God.
on, D?
Where do I start? Um, I've been working on a lot of placement work, and for placement work, for those that do not know, It's just actually getting the likes of your songwriting, whether it be production, songwriting, and maybe for an artist, it may be for commercials. And I've been doing that for the past 6 to 7 months. And that's why I was signed to do that. But then also in between time, while working for other artists, I've been working on at least 3 projects of my own. And the reason I have not released one of them yet, I've just been trying to find the right way to market it. And I think we're almost there, you know, taking a lot of meetings and just, you know, letting people just listen to the music, performing some of the songs and getting feedback. And I'm really loving it, and people are engaging. And, you know, soon I'll drop that album. So you're talking 2 vocal albums, and, you know, I'm a producer, so, and I'm a musician as well. So I'm gonna have like I want to say a beat tape with just nothing but just beats that it's just off the top of my brain. You know, it's just something I've been wanting to do. I've been wanting to release, and I want people to hear that side of my creativity. It's definitely different. It's super different.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. And do you have
I
live show
actually
stuff
do. On the
coming up as well?
28th, I will be at the House of Blues in the Foundation Room. And then I
Okay.
also have a show for So Far Sounds on March 2nd. No, I'm sorry, March 4th and March 9th.
Okay. So you have
3 shows.
3 shows in the next couple of weeks, all in Chicago. Beautiful.
What else is
What
coming
else is
up?
coming up? Anything?
Actually, an event I got to go to tonight. My homegirl, her name is Ari, and then she has this. I'm gonna give her a plug. She's very into wellness, and she's a vegan, right? And she does juicing, and she owns a shop. And so she does this thing that is called Mic Up Mondays, and she does it every third Monday of the month. And she, you know, hosts different artists. They have food there, vegan choices, and they also have vegan drinks. And so, you know, it's like an intimate setting. So you got poets, rappers.
Very cool. That's awesome. And
Yeah,
there's so much going on in Chicago all the time.
yeah.
Guys, if you're in the Chicago area, even if you're not, go see D. He has a lot of performance coming up. You just named the one in February and then 2 in March. So yeah, definitely. And any final words?
Any final words,
really
man? You know,
curious.
look, y'all, just love, you know, have light, you know, just I know there's a lot going on in the world right now, and then probably in your life, but also just be reminded that, you know, people are watching you always, you know, because they want to see how you're handling, you know, bad situations. So always just be mindful that, you know, people are watching you, and just get through it. And we all gonna make it, you know, we're all going to make it, you know, period, just because we are chosen.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. So beautifully said. So, guys, if you don't already, please make sure to follow D.Lylez,
Yes.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Spotify. He's definitely going to be in Chi-Town doing some shows. New music is coming up. And yeah, really excited to see what else is going on with you in 2023. And
Definitely.
please, D, come back on the show when you drop the new music.
Definitely,
I love
definitely.
having
And you know
you
what?
on.
Shouts out to you, Ashley. Thank you so much for just giving artists like me a platform and being able to discuss what we have going on, and just for people to get more intimately in our lives. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah, Dee's been here since the very beginning when I started the show back in 2020. So I am so very grateful for people like you who started with me in the very beginning and are still rocking with me to this day. Because, you know, support is everything, and we all have to support each other. Awesome. Dee, thank you so much for spending your time with me. Best of luck with everything in the future.
Say bye.
Have a good night, guys. If you don't already, please make sure to follow Dee. And if you're new to me, I'm Ashley Live. This is Vibin with Ashley Live. Follow us both,
All right,
and
good night.
we'll see you next time. Have a great night, guys.